Hey, welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and in this week's live lesson, we are going to practice explaining what someone else said. In today's live stream, we are going to practice using verbs like say, tell, and speak and talk, and we are going to focus on using these verbs in the past tense to report things that other people say to us. So how do we choose the correct verb? How do we know what the best choice is, what the best vocabulary word is? We are going to practice all of this today. So I hope that everybody who watches this video is able to leave a comment using one of these verbs to describe something that they heard from someone else. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video because it helps other people to find today's lesson. So as we join, I have two very quick but very awesome announcements for you. The first one is about this banner at the bottom of the screen that says download your free 2000 core words ebook. If you have not seen this, our team has a free PDF ebook that has the core words of English in it. If you don't know what the core words of English are, these are the 2000 most commonly used words in the language. So this means these are great for you to study first for your vocabulary studies. These are the words that people use every day. They're in the news, in newspapers, in emails, on social media. So if you start with the core words of a language, you can make sure that you study the most important words first, and this helps you to gain fluency faster. So you can download this for free at EnglishClass101.com. You just need your name and an email address to create an account if you do not have an account. If you have an account, great, just log in and go download this for free. This is announcement number one. Announcement number two is if you have questions for me, great. Please send me your questions. I want your questions. I want to use them in this video series. This is the Ask Alicia video series. Really, I read your questions that you send to me, and then I talk about them, talk about how we might answer or how we might reply to things in certain situations, break down the differences between vocabulary words. So we talk a lot about just those little questions that come up when we learn languages. So if you want to send me a question, awesome. Please send me your questions. But do not put them in Facebook comments or YouTube comments or Instagram DMs because I cannot read them all. There are way too many comments every day. So please send your questions to the official question submission page. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can find a link in the YouTube description. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can go to EnglishClass101.com/ask-Alicia or check any episode of Ask Alicia on the English Class 101 YouTube page to find that. Check it out. I always need your questions. It looks like everything is rolling, yeah? Hi, let's see. Facebook, what's up? Silvanus Silas from Indonesia, welcome. Hi. Ali, what's up? Rosa from Mexico, hello. HS says hi on Facebook. YouTube, is everyone here on YouTube? Hello, Arturo and Alvaro, Nak and Jorge. And Abibu, hello. What's up, everybody? Let's see. New people. Mary Esther, what's up? From Venezuela, what's up? Who else? CM English class, after a long time, you're back. What's up? Welcome back. Okay, good. It looks like everybody is here. So I am going to like and share the video. You can do this as well because it helps other people find the lesson. And then we are going to start today's topic. All right, like and share. Boom. Oh, yeah, okay, good. So let's get started. So today we are going to practice a lot of past tense verbs. So today's topic is how to explain what someone else said. So today we are going to practice reporting speech, which means we are going to practice past tense with these key verbs today, okay? So I hope that for each verb, maybe you can challenge yourself if you're watching live or not live, to create a sentence with each verb we are going to talk about today, all right? So that might be a nice challenge for everyone. But let's begin. Let me change my marker color to red. I'm going to add some things to the board today. So let's get into our first verb for today's lesson. first, maybe the most important one, we are going to start with the verb say, okay? When do we use say? We use the verb say when we want to give a neutral report of speech. So neutral means it's not good, it's not bad, it's not fast, it's not slow, just the most basic way to report speech, okay? We use say to do that. Then, today we are going to focus on past tense uses of say. So when we use say in the past tense, it becomes said, okay? So pronunciation point, said. It sounds like S-E-D kind of. So not said, but said, okay? If it helps you to think about it, the pronunciation sounds like S-E-D, but said. Okay, so let's take a look at some example sentences and then break down what's happening here. So first one, my mom said we did a great job at the basketball game. My mom said we did a great job at the basketball game. So let's break down this sentence. First, we have this part, my mom said, right? So right here, we have the report, right? My mom said. So who said it? My mom. Okay, then what did she say? That's the second part. We did a great job at the basketball game. Okay, also note this verb, we did a great job. This is also in past tense because the action was in the past, right? So this report happened before the conversation and the basketball game happened before the conversation, right? So I'm explaining my mom's report to me of the past game, right? So we need to use past tense and past tense here. Past tense report of my mom's past tense expression, okay? My mom said we did a great job at the basketball game. Okay, let's go to the second example and then I will come to the chat. You can send your examples. If you want to send a comment in the chat, you can put a report from your life with said. Okay, let's look at the next one. Here we have, I said, here's our said, I said I had to leave early. I said I had to leave early. So here is the report part. Who said it, right? Who is reporting? I said, right? Then, what did I report? What did I say? I had to leave early. I said I had to leave early. So again, this is a past tense situation, okay? So this is a work situation maybe. I said I had to leave early. This happened in the past, yeah? So we use these past tense verbs together to report those past situations, all right? Good. Let's see, I don't see examples in the chat, but I see everybody saying hi, welcome, send me your examples, Okay, then I want to include in this lesson one super important point, especially if you like reading books or especially if you like to write as well, if you like to write stories. When we use said, we use it, again, for neutral reports of speech, but we very commonly see it in books and in stories for dialogue. So dialogue means characters' speech, yeah? So if character A says something in the story, we mark it with say. So I want to include that in this lesson today. So the shape of the sentence looks a bit different than these sentences, but I want to mention it because if you like to read, you will 100% see this kind of sentence. So I want to break down what's happening here, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this and then I will come to the chat, okay? So when we mark written dialogue, we use something like this. These are very basic sentences. So the first one is, "This is delicious," said Emily. So what is happening here? This is a bit different, right? So here we have said Emily, okay? So this part is in that past tense, yeah? But when we are reading a book, we have kind of slightly different rules from everyday life. So in the story, at that moment, Emily said, "This is delicious," yeah? So we don't use past tense here, okay? We use it when we're talking about or when we are explaining the dialogue, okay? So this verb, in this case, it's okay for it to be in not past tense, yeah? So this is part of the story, yeah? This is delicious, said Emily. I agree, said Jacob. So we're using this kind of sentence pattern to show a dialogue between characters. You know this because of these quotation marks, yeah? Quotation marks, and in American English, we use a comma inside those quotation marks too. You don't need to remember that from today's live stream. But this is an important, very important use of said that you should know. This is another way that we report speech in dialogue, okay? So let's look at one more example and then I'll come back to the chat. So, we have to go, said Jacob. So same idea. We have to go, said Jacob. So here we have the said, again, past tense, right? So the book or the story shows us Jacob's statement, yeah? And we have to go. So again, no change here. So in this case, he's not saying we had to go or something else, right? So this part inside the quotation marks is showing us the story, is showing us the dialogue, and then we report that with the past tense said. And you might see this verb change to like shouted or exclaimed as well. Said is the most neutral way to express that. Okay, so a little bit of more intermediate to advanced point, but if you are interested in punctuation and writing and books, this will be very helpful for you. Okay, chat, what have you got for me? Paloma, she said she had a terrible date yesterday. Nice one. I hope that's not true. Okay, let's see. Patrick wrote, I said to my mom, I had to take my medication at the right time. Yeah, so not on the right time, but at the right time. Yeah, and I would use, we're going to talk about tell in part 2. I would use tell there. So we'll come to that in just a second. Marlene wrote, I said you had to study hard. Nice one. Okay. Alok wrote, I said that place would be dangerous. Nice ones. Okay. Oh, I just saw one. Can you scroll up again, Control Desk on Facebook? I missed somebody's. I can do it too. Mohammed wrote, I said I had to come late to class today. Late to class, and then it's perfect, okay? Juan wrote, my uncle said that he painted his house. Nice one, Juan. Let's see. HS wrote, I said you know, maybe saw. I said I didn't see you last weekend, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay. Let's see. Other examples. I don't see other examples yet. Okay. Others, oh, YouTube has some more. Victor wrote, my boss said that I did a wonderful job. Nice. And, oh, Marlene, nice. So you tried to make a dialogue. Yeah, that's a nice car, said Tom. Yeah. The last point, if you want to make a dialogue example, awesome. Don't forget these quotation marks around it. It's really hard to see maybe in the live, but when you want to use quotation marks, they go around the thing said like this. So put them, these 2 little dashes, these are called quotation marks. They mark the dialogue, so don't forget those. Okay. Dana wrote, my son said I cooked a very delicious dish for lunch. Instead of, so plate sounds like the thing we put the food on top of. So my son said I cooked a very delicious dish for lunch. That sounds great then, Dana. Okay. Let's continue to a break. Let's continue to a quick break and then we'll go to part 2. If you missed it, very, very quickly, our team has a free 2,000 word ebook for you to practice your vocabulary. Amazing. So if you missed it earlier, the core words of English and the core words in any language are the most commonly used words in that language. So your language has it, you know, French, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, German, Spanish, every single language has core words. So these are the 2,000 most commonly used words in English. So if you study these words first, it will help you because you will become more fluent faster by learning the words that people use in everyday life the most. So you can find this for free at EnglishClass101.com. You can find a link for this in the YouTube description. Click the button below in YouTube. And on Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook, you can find it above the video or to the side of the video. So download that and get some good vocabulary boosts. All right, let's continue to part 2, tell. Also, if you haven't, please make sure to hit the like button and of course share this video so that other people can find today's lesson. Okay, so let's talk now about the verb tell. tell. So we talked about said, right, and say. Now we're going to compare this to the verb tell, okay? And we are practicing past tense. So first, let's review. What is the past tense of tell? Tell in past tense is told. Told. Okay. So a key point with the verb tell and the key point with the verb told is we use this verb for conversations or for situations that are like a one-way conversation. Yeah, so that's this conversation here. Like one person does most of the talking. So it's like one person has lots to say, or one person gives like an order, like your boss, one thing, they say only to you, direct to you. You don't say words, or maybe you only listen, or you say, oh, oh, really, right? You're listening, of course, but the feeling with tell and told is that it's a one-way passage of information. So information is going one direction, okay? So let's look at some examples with told, and you can send in the chat your sentences with told, okay? We're going to break down the grammar here, so don't be afraid, okay? Let's take a look at what is happening in these sentences. So first one, my coworker told me I missed a call. My coworker told me I missed a call. So let's break this down. First, we have told. Here's our verb, yeah? So who did it? My coworker. All right, now, what we need to do when we use this verb is we need to explain who received the information. In this case, me, okay? So we cannot use I in this position. My coworker told me. So you can think of this as like the person that receives the information, yeah? So we're gonna use that me or him or her, right? Or them word, yeah, okay? So my coworker told me I missed a call. So told me I missed a call, okay? So in this sentence, we have this one-way sharing of information. My coworker told me I missed a call. Oh no, okay? So let's take a look at another example then. The next one. She told me about everything that happened on her date. She told me about everything that happened on her date. So in this sentence, we have she told, okay? So who gave the information? She, maybe my friend or my roommate, right? Who received the information? She told me, okay? And then here we have the information. She told me about, we can remove this. She told me everything that happened on her date is also okay. So it's up to you. She told me everything that happened on her date, okay? So the end of the sentence will be the information you received. And notice, this is a very simple sentence, right? So let's go back to example number 1 here. I missed a call. This part, very simple sentence, right? I missed a call, where I am the subject, yeah? And here, sorry, it's hard to cover. So everything that happened on her date, everything that happened on her date, yeah? So we don't have to make a very, very complex sentence, yeah? Okay, let's come to the chat for now, and then we'll go back to the example sentence. Let's start with Facebook. My friend told me I was going to miss the opportunity, said Amina. Perfect sentence, so great. My friend reported, told me I was going to miss the opportunity. Perfect, okay. Liseth on Facebook wrote, my mom told me to take a bath, not get a bath, then it's perfect. Okay, Juan wrote, my brother told me that I had forgotten my cell phone on the table. Nice one, great, very, very nice one. Rosa wrote, I told you my answer in English. Okay, that looks good too. YouTube, what you got, YouTube? Random hockey fan wrote, my classmate told me that he needed to come early tomorrow. So make that verb past tense. Today we are practicing past tense. You might have a situation where you don't need to use past tense, but my classmate told me that he needed to come early tomorrow. Or maybe he needs to come early tomorrow. Depends on when that's said. Erickson wrote, he said he didn't mean to hurt her feelings. Nice one. Oh, that's what said. Sorry. Jonathan wrote, I told you I'd come to the party at 9 p.m. Good. Mardosh, nice one. My friend told me that, yeah, we can drop that, that I missed John's party. And 2, Murat told me about the opportunity that I missed yesterday at work. Nice. 2 sentences in one. Love that. Okay. Karina wrote, she told me about her favorite movie. Crushed it. Nice one, Karina. Others, Paloma wrote, he told her how to make the recipe from scratch. Perfect. Nice sentences, everybody. I'm very impressed. Okay. Others, let's see. Mardosh wrote, when do you say and tell? Today we are covering past tense, yeah? How to explain what someone else said. But if you want to know about other tenses with these verbs, I recommend, I have made many videos about these verbs. Do a quick search. If you're on YouTube, yeah? So just search like say and tell on the English Class 101 YouTube channel. You will find a bunch of my videos about this. So today we are practicing past tense. Okay, others, let's see, some people that I haven't read your sentences yet. Let's see. Felipe wrote, I told my girlfriend about your English class. Woohoo, really? Is that true? That's great. Okay, all right, let's go to the last example sentence. Okay, the last one, slightly different situation, but you will probably need to know this pattern. So I wanted to include it today. Okay, so today we're going to practice this one. I thought I told you. I thought I told you. So here is the I told you, right? You'll notice we begin this sentence with I thought. I thought in past tense, yeah? So when you forget something, or when another person forgets something. So for example, let's say, oh, let me read the sentence first. Sorry, everybody. So I thought I told you I was going to be gone today. I thought I told you I was going to be gone today. Okay? So what does this sentence mean? We use a sentence like this in a work situation, let's say. So I am in the situation and my coworker, yeah? I had plans to be gone from work today. I'm not coming to work today. But my coworker forgot. Or maybe I forgot to tell this coworker. Maybe. We don't know, right? And my coworker writes like, hey, where are you? Why are you gone? Why aren't you here? And I can say, oh, I thought, past tense think, right? I thought I told you I was going to be gone today. I thought I told you that. So this is a really useful expression. Oh, I thought I told you, sorry. Like maybe you told the person, they forgot. Maybe I forgot, right? So this is a very useful expression. Oh, I thought I told you. So you can use this as well when you have this kind of situation. You wanted to tell them maybe, but you don't know for sure. So you can use that one. Okay, good. That is all for tell and told. But again, the key point I want you to take away from tell and told is this one, like a one-way conversation kind of feeling, yeah? One person gives information to another. All right, good. Let's take one more super quick break, and then we are going to finish with speak and talk. Yeah, so if you missed it, very quickly. Do we need to show them the thing again? Okay, so this banner at the bottom, I will remind you about very, very quickly our team's 2,000 words ebook. This is the core words of English. Yeah? So if you missed my explanation earlier, I will say it one more time very quickly. But the core words of a language are the most common words in any language that are used every day by native speakers. So if you study the core words first, you study the most important words first. So this is really helpful for speeding up your vocabulary studies, yeah? So our team at EnglishClass101.com has a free PDF ebook of these words for you. So go download that. You can find the link in the YouTube description. Facebook, you can find this above the video and to the left on Facebook. So check that out. You need your name and an email address to make a free account if you do not have one now. So you can go and download that and practice your vocabulary. Okay, let's go to the last part then. Last part, part 3. If you have not, please make sure to like this video and of course share it because it helps other people find the lesson, yeah? Phew, let's go. Speak and talk. Let's go to our last pair. So I put these together because people ask a lot, what's the difference between these two? So let's cover it. First, speak and talk. First, let's talk about the past tense forms of these, right? First, what is the past tense of speak? It is spoke, right? So spoke here. And the past tense of talk is talked. Okay. So now that we have reviewed that, we are going to practice these. What is the difference though? So very simply, for everyday conversation, talk sounds more casual, yeah? So when I explain in this live stream, it's a very casual live stream, right? I use the verb talk, yeah? So I don't have to be super, super polite like we're studying together, yeah? Speak, however, is more formal, yeah? We could use this at work when we want to sound polite to someone. So speak sounds a little more formal. And we use speak to express our language abilities, yeah? So we do not use talk to express our language abilities. For example, she spoke Spanish this morning. I didn't know she could speak Spanish. So we can use speak to do this. Or they spoke in Chinese at the meeting. Yeah? So we can use speak to talk about our language abilities. But today we are not going to practice this. Okay? Also, very important point here. We use two prepositions with speak and talk. We can use to or with, okay? So I spoke to or I spoke with. Both are correct. Or I talked to and I talked with. Both are correct, okay? So don't worry about these two prepositions, yeah? You can use either of them. So let's take a look at just two example sentences. Phew, because time is going quickly as always. So let's take a look at our example sentences and break down the grammar here and see what's happening. You can send me your examples with spoke and talked in the chat. Your last chance in today's video. Okay, first one. I talked to my parents about the problem. I talked to my parents about the problem, okay? First, here's our past tense verb. I talked. And here's my preposition. Then, who received the information? I talked to my parents, right? So you can see we have the speaker and the receiver here, or rather, the people participating in the conversation. In this case, I and my parents, or me and my parents, right? I talked to my parents about the problem, yeah? Again, we can use with. I talked with my parents about the problem. Also 100% correct, okay? So we have both parts of the conversation here around the verb talked to, okay? Let's use speak in the next one. So spoke in past tense. They spoke with their manager about the proposal. They spoke with their manager about the proposal. Again, let's break this down. So they spoke, past tense here, my preposition with, and here's speaker one, or group of speakers, they, in this case, maybe a team, right? And the manager, yeah? So we have these two pieces, or these two groups, or maybe these two parties, yeah, in the conversation. They and their manager around the verb. They spoke with their manager about the proposal, yeah? So these are very simple sentences, right? About topic, about the proposal, about the problem. Very, very simple, right? It does not need to be a complex sentence, yeah? So I'm coming to the chat now to check your examples. Let's see. Soy wrote, Bob talked to me about his stay in Argentina. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Who else has a spoke or talk? Paloma wrote, we spoke for hours about the time we spent in college. Nice. Let's see. Ratan, very close. I talked my sibling to my money problem. Put that to before sibling. I talked to my sibling about my money problem. So this might be a good pattern to use with speak and talk, or spoke and talked. So you have, let's see, I'll try to write it on the board. There's not a lot of space here, but you can use speaker one plus spoke or talked, talked, and then to or with the other person about blah, blah, blah. So, can you see that? That's one, so you, the subject, right? Spoke to or talked with or spoke with, right? Plus to the other person or the other group about topic. So if this is difficult for you, here is a pattern you can use. So one, talked with, two, about blah, blah, blah topic. Okay. Dana wrote, I spoke to my doctor about my illness. I spoke to my doctor about maybe my symptoms. My illness. That's a good one. Okay, I would choose, I spoke to my doctor about my symptoms. Like symptoms is enough there, right? You have doctor in the sentence, so we understand. Maybe you don't feel good. So you could, if you wanted to include illness, I would probably say I spoke to my doctor about the symptoms of my illness, but we don't know your illness yet. So I would just use symptoms there. Okay, others. Patrick wrote, I have talked to my cousin about his new job. Good. Soy wrote, he spoke to me in a loud voice. Nice one. Facebook, what you got? Crew Long wrote, I spoke with you about my situation in my country. Nice one. Others, let's see, Facebook got really big. Facebook is really big text for some reason now. Emran wrote, I talked to you about Bangladesh. Okay, good one. Mohammed wrote, I talked with my parents about this group today. Nice one, Mohammed. Others, hello everybody. Lisette wrote, I talked with my friends about to take vacations. Oh, interesting. Do you have many friends taking vacations? Others, let's see. I'm looking for people who I have not read comments from today. Felipe wrote, I thought I was so shy, but I was able to speak in the last meeting. So different tense there. I was able to speak, make it speak. Yeah, I was able to speak in the last meeting. Or you could just say, oh, but I spoke in the last meeting if you want to use that past tense. Okay? All right, we have to wrap it up. I talked too long, as usual. Whatever, it was fun. We like grammar here, don't we? Okay, so I have to end today's lesson there. But again, if you want to know more about these verbs and reporting speech, I definitely recommend when this live stream ends, do a search on the English Class 101 YouTube channel. Or if you are one of our members on EnglishClass101.com, search the website and you can find a bunch of my videos about these verbs with more examples about how to use them. Yeah, so I hope that this is helpful. But we have to finish there for today. If you want to take a screenshot, now is your chance. I'll get out of the way. Ready, go. Boom. Okay, so we'll end there for today's lesson. So thank you so much to everybody joining live this week. I'll be back next week. Next week, what is next week's topic? Next week, I'm going to talk about how to get more speaking practice. This is the topic I have planned for next week's lesson. We're going to talk about how to do speaking practice even if you are alone. So what can you do to get speaking practice in your house, in your dorm room, in the car as well? So we're going to talk about some ways that you can practice speaking even if you don't have a teacher or a classmate. So please join me again next week for some speaking practice tips. That will be at Wednesday. Sorry, that will be, on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, please Google it or set a notification on Facebook or on YouTube so that you can get a little pop-up when I start to stream. Of course, thank you so much for liking and sharing this video and for your excellent example sentences and questions today. I always love that when everybody participates. That's awesome to see all of you around the world working together like that. Super, super cool. If you want to find me on Instagram, you can find that link in the YouTube description as well. And don't forget to find the free 2,000-word ebook with the core words of English to help you with your vocabulary studies. That's at EnglishClass101.com. You can find the link for this free PDF below the video, YouTube, above the video, Facebook, so check it out. All right, I'll say goodbye. So have a great day, have a great evening, have a great week and a great weekend, and I will see you again next time. Bye.